In this short video, we are going to learn about trigeminal autonomic cephalgias based on the table provided in the Harrison's. So first, what is trigeminal autonomic cephalgias? So trigeminal autonomic cephalgia is a group of primary headache disorders with short attacks of headache associated with cranial autonomic features, which include lacrimation, conjunctival injection, oral fullness, and your nasal congestion. Due to presence of nasal congestion and headache, the physician might misdiagnose the condition as sinus headache. The other point is we have 4 subgroups of headache disorder in it, which include your cluster headache, paroxysmal hemicrania, SUNCT, which is short acting unilateral neuraliform headache attacks with conjunctival injection and tearing mainly, and SUNA stands for short acting unilateral neuraliform headache with cranial autonomic features. The 4th type is your hemicrania continua, and any patient who is diagnosed with your TAC should undergo pituitary function test and MRI, because patients who have pituitary tumor related headaches, they have excess of TACs and mostly your prolactinomas and growth hormone secreting tumors. So now we are going to differentiate all the 4 conditions based on in which gender it is more common, the cyclical pattern of the headache, frequency of the headache, and the extra features. Okay. So now the first point is related to the gender. So the most important point is cluster headache is more common in males, whereas your hemicrania continua is more common in females, whereas SUNCT, SUNA and paroxysmal hemicrania has the same incidence in males as well as females. The next point is your pattern of your headache. So the common points about the pattern of the headache are: the headache is stabbing, boring, excruciating, and present mostly in the orbit and the temporal region, whereas in SUNCT you will have periorbital headache as well. And the other point about hemicrania continua is it has a unilateral continuous moderate pain with fluctuating severe pain. Okay. Next point is related to the attack frequency. So now as you can see that in cluster headache the attack frequency is once in 2 days or max to max 8 per day, whereas in paroxysmal hemicrania the frequency is 1 to 20 per day, and in SUNCT or SUNA you will have 3 to 200 attacks per day. And if you see the duration of the attack, in cluster headache the duration is 15 to 180 minutes, whereas paroxysmal hemicrania it is 2 to 30 minutes, and SUNCT you have the headache duration as 5 to as less as 5 seconds and max to 240 seconds. So the other point is we see a sawtooth phenomenon in patients with SUNCT. So what is a sawtooth phenomenon? As you can see, there are multiple episodes, like 200 episodes of headache attacks and very short time. So you will see a pattern where you have multiple attacks and very small refractive period between the attacks. So that gives a sawtooth pattern. If you see that this is headache, very less time, headache, headache, headache. So this gives a sawtooth pattern. The other point about these conditions are you will have specific points. So first of all, autonomic features are present in all the conditions. Migrainous features, which is photophobia, phonophobia, nausea, are present in all the conditions. Now alcohol trigger is the main characteristic point of your cluster headache. The other point is cutaneous triggers. So cutaneous trigger is a characteristic point of SUNCT or SUNA, and that is for example, if the patient who is washing his face with water, he will have that will provoke the headache, that is cutaneous triggers. The other point is indomethacin effect. So the most important or the characteristic point of paroxysmal hemicrania is it has a complete response to indomethacin. Now we'll see the management of acute condition of these headaches and prophylactic treatment. So for acute management of cluster headache, we have sumatriptan, which is your injectable form, that is subcut or nasal spray, and we give the patient 100% oxygen. The other method, which is US FDA approved, is your non-invasive vagus nerve stimulation. So we have an image for that. So this is non-invasive vagus nerve stimulation device, and you have invasive vagus nerve stimulation device. As you can see, the device which is there, it is implanted beneath the skin and it is attached to the left vagus. So this is the new method to be approved by FDA for treatment of your episodic cluster headache, also for epilepsy, also for depression, and also for other type of headache with some indications. So the prophylactic management for cluster headache includes verapamil, topiramate, melatonin and lithium. Now going towards paroxysmal hemicrania, as we have discussed about the endomethacin effect, the acute attack does not have an effective treatment, but the prophylactic management is done by endomethacin, which is a complete response. The third condition is your SUNCT or your SUNA, which is treated acutely with lignocaine IV, and the prophylactic management is done by lamotrigine, topiramate and gabapentin. Whereas your hemicrania continua is treated with endomethacin similarly as paroxysmal hemicrania, and with topiramate, your non-invasive vagus nerve stimulation and occipital nerve stimulation as well. Okay, so this is all about your trigeminal autonomic cephalgias, and this should be differentiated from trigeminal neuralgia, which will not have autonomic features, and a typical refractive period is present between the attacks of trigeminal neuralgia. Okay, thank you.